1 and 2. Teams battling hard here to lead off the game, as St. Thomas won the first one by a score of 6-5. And the 1-2 pitch again, little changeup, slanted base hit over the left side, gets by the left fielder Hines. As King gets around first, around second, he's going to go all the way to third. So gives Keens a base hit and a two-base error on Hines to lead off the game for the Blazers. And that's going to bring up Jacqueline Silva with the runner in scoring position. No outs here to start the game. First one in there for the ball. Slap out play to the right side. Timmy's trying to go with a little bit of off speed on that 1-2 count, and it was just enough for Skeens to catch up. She's going with the power, and she's just throwing it to the right side. And almost did Skeens a favor with that changeup. There's a drop ball outside part of the plate. Count goes 2-1. Here's a slap it down to first base, picked up and going to home with the throw, and Skeens is going to be out. So fielder's choice on Silva. And Skeens thrown out at home, so runner at first with one out. Brings up Ashley Perry. Nice shot by Molly Zeke to read the runner breaking from third and coming home with the plate. A nice job by Zuniga to block the plate and make it almost impossible for Skeens to score. First pitch. Wow, I thought the first pitch was outside, but it was called strike. So 0-1 to Perry. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Perry. Waiting for the 0-2 pitch from Timish. And it's going to be deep to center field, but it's going to be caught. And Silva's going to stay at first. It's going to bring up Morgan Bowie, the catcher. So 1 on and 2 out here in the top of the first between St. Thomas and Gardner. First pitch by Timish to Bowie is blown outside for ball 1. Next pitch outside, count goes 2-0. Bowie last time at bat. He was 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, a single, and scored once. Outside part of the plate, ball is going to be bobbled by Mason. Throw over to first, just in time. So 1 hit and 1 left. Or check that. Yeah, 1 hit and 1 left. And we head to the bottom of the first. Blazers 0, St. Thomas coming up the bat.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network. Ace Dent Removal. Call Terry for all your hail, dent, and door dent removal needs at 485-2524 or find him on the web at acedentremoval.com.
Cook Family Chiropractic. Their patients feel better, sleep better, and have more energy after seeing Dr. Brian Cook. Put your health in Dr. Cook's hands. Call 856-0200.
Gardner Health Mart Pharmacy. For the town's only original old-fashioned soda fountain, go
stock waiting just for you. Pro Deck and Patio, 13500 Oak Street in Martin City.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Right, we're back with you here at St. Thomas Aquinas as we head to the bottom of the first. Blazers come up short. No score in the top of the first. St. Thomas coming up to bat. Lead off is going to be Brooklyn Hines, Sam Colgan, and Paige Mason. And Brooklyn Hines doing some damage on the Blazers. And she came out early 2 for 2, her first 2 at bats with 2 RBIs. Then grounded out to second base and grounded back to Leffert, pitching. So she came out 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And on the hill for the Blazers, it's going to be Shelby Plank.
Number 25, Brooklyn Hines.
Out with the first pitch, kind of goes with an inside-out delivery. Steps over to the left, and her body falls off to the right, and that's where her follow-through goes. She was inside for ball 1. It's up and outside for ball 2. Correction on the positioning. Sammy Boyjan is the designated player. She'll be batting for Kirsten Leffert as pitch was fouled off to the left side. Count goes 2-1. 2-1 pitch from Plank to Hines. Slap hit to second base. Picked up by Sylvia. And 1 up and 1 out. That's going to bring up Sam Colgan. Colgan last game. 0 for 3 with a sacrifice, a flyout, and a ground ball to second. And her first pitch, a running swing. Plank can come up with it. Picked up by Wickley, quickly up to Leffert at first, not in time. So an infield hit for Colgan. That's going to bring up Paige Mason. Mason 1 for 3 with a double and scored. Plank set for her first delivery to her. Up and out. Ball 1. Now Scogan checks back in. Plank gets a sign. Pitch is inside for ball 2. Temperature up to 70 degrees now. On an absolute beautiful day. A few high clouds earlier, but they have gone away. Here's a changeup. Popped up. Calling for it is Weekly, and she's going to get it. So with 1 on and 2 out, Lauren Timish, the pitcher, coming up to bat. Timish did some early damage. As she had an RBI single, an RBI double in the first, an RBI in the third, walked and scored in the fifth. She squares up the bunt, pulls it back. Here's a throw down to second. Not going to be in time as Colgan goes in with a stolen base. Pitch by Plank, blocked by Billy. A throw down to third. Would have been in time, but it was high. And we're going to have a delayed dead ball. Umpire was signaling a delayed dead ball at third base. But evidently he wasn't going to get the interference call. And that's what Coach Orle was asking about. Showed the delayed dead ball. And that just under the discretion to the umpire. It shows that he recognizes interference, but it's going to be his discretion that if the runner was blocked enough to be able to make advance. In his opinion, he didn't. So here's the pitch to Timmons, knocked out of bounds, or out of play. And the count goes 1-2. So 2 out, a runner at third, nobody in. A big fish for Shelby Plank, having Timmons now 1-2. Kind of a changeup, just barely missed it. Count remains 1-2. Shelby Plank's going to go with the 1-2 delivery again. Down low, blocked by Joey. It's going to get away from her, and in the score is going to be Colgan. As she's going to get in on a fast ball, so the count goes 2-2. And the Saints take a 1-0 lead. So Lauren Timmons up to bat with a 2-2 count, nobody on and 1 in now here in the bottom of the first of the second game. Swing and a miss on a pitch up high, one pitch too late. Usually happens that way. So 1 run on 1 hit, and nobody left. And after 1 complete inning, Saints lead the Blazers by a score of 1-0.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Hickman Heating and Air, a certified supplier of Lennox equipment. For more information, call Don at 856-7730.
Smoking Babes Barbecue, the newest barbecue in town. Check them out at 213 East Main in Gardner.
Gardner Bank. Ask Diane about their great 15 and 30-year fixed-rate home loans, including personal service, quick turnaround time, and low closing costs. Gardner Bank, 840 East Main.
Ace Dent Removal for the best in hail dent and door ding removal. Call Terry at 485-2524. Nothing beats an Ace. Nothing. These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Back at St. Thomas Aquinas at the end of 1. Saints lead by a score of 1-0. Coming up to bat for the Saints will be Lexi Zwinga, Katie Pascuzzi, or check that, I'm in the wrong part. Let's flip the book over to the Blazers. Coming up for the Blazers will be Shelby Plank, Brittany Willard, and Sammy Boykin. Last game, Shelby ended up 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI, scored and struck out once. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Jimmy's getting set for the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off out of play behind us, strike 2. Once again, a big thanks to the Blazer Diamond Club for making the video portion of this broadcast possible. On the Blazer Broadcast Network on KCTeams.com, we will have 4 more throughout the season. Check out the Gardner-Edge.com website, and we will let you know when that happens. As that pitch was inside, count goes 1-2. As Lauren Timmons gets set for the 1-2 pitch. Outside, evens up the count 2-2. That's a 2-2 pitch. Change up off the end of the bat. Plank pops it up. Colgan just flat out misses it. So that's going to be an E6. As Brittany Willard, the sophomore, will come up to bat with nobody out and 1 on. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. It's going to be Allie Scott. As you can have a courtesy runner for your pitcher and catcher in in high school for both baseball and softball. So Allie Scott is the courtesy runner for Shelby Plank. So Brittany Willer comes up to bat with one on, nobody. In the top of the second, first pitch in there for a strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Timish, up high. Just silly for to stab at it. And the throw down to second by Zuniga is in time. I thought that throw was high. Zuniga gets the ball down in time. Willer with an 0-2 count as she tried to stab at a pitch that was about light years up and out. But obviously it was a hit and run, or run run. So 1 out and 0-2 count. That situation for Willard. And she had a nice game in the first. 2 for 3, a single, a double, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout last game. Ball is going to be batted away foul. St. Thomas wins the first one by a score of 6-5. In a game that was back and forth. Here's the 1-2 pitch in there for strike 3. As Brittany Willard strikes out. Coming up next is going to be Sammy Boyjan. Going to get her first at bat of the year. Sammy is a senior, plays first and third base, and that is designated hitter in today's game. Swings at the first pitch and misses. Comes up with the 0-1 pitch. Down low, count evens up 1-1. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday from Bishop Miege. As we'll be back with the boys baseball. As the guys lost 10-0 and 10-6 Wednesday and Friday. As they're in Paola right now, here's a ground ball to Booty at second. Quick toss over to first in time. So with no runs and error and no hits, at the end of 1.5, the Blazers trail the Saints by a score of 1-0.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Gardner Bank, the official bank of the Blazer Broadcast Network. Find out why. Gardner Bank, 840 East Main.
Pro Deck and Patio. If you're looking for AZAC, Fiberon, TimberTech, or Evergreen, they have all the colors and types in stock waiting just for you. Pro Deck and Patio, 13500 Oak Street in Martin City.
Ace Dent Removal for the best in hail, dent, and door ding removal. Call Terry at 485-2524. Nothing beats an Ace. Nothing.
America's Computers for the best in laptop and PC sales, repairs, and tune-ups in Gardner. See John Alverson at 1823 East Santa Fe or call 856-6789.
Hickman Heating and Air, serving all of Johnson County, including Wellsville, Spring Hill, Eudora, DeSoto, and Baltimore City. Give Don a call at 856-7730.
All Rentals. You have indoor or outdoor improvements. All Rental has all the equipment you would need. Check them out at 260 North Moonlight in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Back at St. Thomas Aquinas, heading into the bottom of the second. Saints lead by a score of 1-0. It's going to be Lexi Zwinga, Eddie Pascuzzi, and Amy Peacock, the 5, 6, and 7 hitter for the Saints. Zuniga with the game-winning RBI that scored Lauren Timish in the fifth for the Saints. As that was only hit out of 3 at-bats for her, but it was a big one. And that was after Timish being at first Paige Madison being at third. Morgan Bowie trying to pick off Madison at third, overthrew it and threw it into left field as she scored. And Timish rounded second into third and then scored on Zuniga's RBI single. Next pitch fouled off. Count is 1-1. As you can hear, the wind starting to pick up a little bit. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball to Chico, and it gets off her glove. That's going to be an error. As Zuniga reaches first. Pascuzzi, the center fielder, coming up to bat now. As Jesse Halsey will be the courtesy runner for Zuniga. As Pascuzzi went 0 for 3 in the last game. First pitch is a ball. Pascuzzi digs back in. Here's a running, swinging. That is foul. So Zuniga at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Saints up 1-0. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Count goes 1-2 to Pascuzzi. Pascuzzi, the left-handed batter. Got a running swing, barely gets past. Pulled in Silva, and we're going to have a tag on Halsey.
For the Saints, number 1, Amy Peacock.
So Zuniga is out, Halsey is out trying to reach the second as Pascuzzi will reach on the fielder's choice, which is kind of tough because she would have been on. First pitch in there for a strike. Peacock. Runner going, swing and a miss, throw down the second, not in time. So stolen base for Pascuzzi as the count goes 0-2. Nice shot by Willard in right field to scoot up on that hit and be able to get Halsey out at second. Pitch down low. Counts 1-2 to Amy Peacock. As Peacock reached on an error, struck out, and grounded to third. And she was 0 for 3. Another pitch fouled off, remains 1-2. As a pitch outside part of the plate, a throw down the third. A little bit slow by Billy, not recognizing it. Pascuzzi makes it to third on another stolen base. The count goes 2-2. Swing and a miss by Peacock for the second out. That's going to be the first strikeout for Plank.
Number 8, Molly Zeke.
As Molly Zeke comes up to bat playing third base. This is going to be her first at bat as she came in, or check that, she came in and drew a walk in the sixth as she pinch hit for Jesse Halsey last game. So 1-2 2 out here in the bottom of the second. First pitch in there for a strike. Like with the 0-1 delivery, it's a knuckleball, swing and a miss. And Molly Zeke way out in front of that one. Like with the 0-2 delivery, outside part of the plate, strikes out the back 2 for her second strikeout. So no runs on an error and a fielder's choice. So as we move to the top of the third, moving quickly, it's the Saints 1 and the Blazers nothing.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
America's Computers, the best in laptop and PC sales, repairs, and tune-ups in Gardner. See John Alverson at 1823 East Santa Fe, or call 856-6789.
Pizza Hut. Got your iPhone? Order Pizza Hut. PizzaHut.com.
Integrity Communications keep our community and the surrounding areas safe by keeping potentially harmful cell phones out of local landfills. Bring them to Integrity Communications, 408 Main in Gardner.
All rental. They rent everything from cribs to excavators. Give them a call at 856-8882.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Back at St. Thomas Aquinas at the end of 2 as we head to the top of the third. St. Thomas leads by a score of 1-0. As coming up to bat for the Blazers, it will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitter, Alexis Pacheco, Peyton Weekly, then back at the top of the batting order with Mackenzie Skeens. Alexis last game, 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a stolen base, and scored.
Alexis Pacheco.
As the lefty digs in, sees the first pitch from Timmich. Swinging hit, ground ball to Booty, quick flip over to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's going to bring up Peyton Weekly.
Up for the job is number 8, Peyton Weekly.
Peyton last game goes over 3 with a strikeout. First pitch low and inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. Here's a drag bunt by Weekly, and she's going to reach in time. Nice shot by Peyton with the speed, an infield drag bunt. So 1 on, 1 out, top of the order, Mackenzie Skeens.
That's the top of the order for the Trailblazers, Mackenzie Skeens.
Mackenzie had a base hit and was thrown out at home. And she gets a base hit in the left field, quickly picked up by Hines. So within 3 pitches, have runners at first and second with 1 out. And Jacqueline Silva up to bat, reached on a fielder's choice, grounded at first. Blazers trying to make some noise here on the top of the third. Trying to go for the bunt, a little bit low. It's going to be foul for strike 1. Absolute perfect day for softball, baseball, soccer. Had a number of soccer games going on out here. The JV squad was out here earlier, and they won both of those. Here's a sacrifice bunt, throw over to first in time. So with the runner at second and third, that's going to bring up Ashley Perry, who flew out to center. Had a good swing on Timish the first time it passed. First pitch up high, it's going to be a pop-up. As Booty's calling for it at second, she reels it in. So no runs on 2 hits and 2 left. As we head to the bottom of the third, Saints still lead by a score of 1-0.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Cook Family Chiropractic. If your student is in need of a sports physical, Dr. Brian Cook can get it done for you. Call Dr. Cook at 856-0200.
Let your used or unused cell phone benefit your selected not-for-profit agency. Recycle them through Integrity Communications today, 408 East Main in Gardner.
All rental mention the Blazer Broadcast Network and receive $3 off your rental. For more information, give them a call at 856-8882. Pro Deck and Patio, they are the Kansas City area outdoor living supplier you can count on. See their showroom at 13500 Oak Street in Martin City.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
As we head into the bottom of the third, Saints remain leading by a score of 1-0 as they get 1 run in the first. Jenna Booty, the 9-hole hitter, then back up the top of the lineup with Brooklyn Hines and Sam Colgan. Your first 3 batters here in the bottom of the third for the Saints. Jenna Booty went 1 for 3.
Third for the Saints.
With a fly out, scored in the second with her base hit, a fly out to center, and a sac bunt in the sixth. First pitch just a little bit high. Booty is a short one. She's probably 5'0". She's got that tiny strike zone, so it's going to be a little difficult. Blank with the first pitch, reaches out for that one. Coming up from center field to get it is going to be Skeens, and she brings that one in. So nice job by Skeens on the hustle. That's going to bring up Brooklyn Hines. The top of the lineup grounded out to Silva at second in the first. First pitch, ground ball to third base, quickly picks it up, quickly over to Lefferts first for the out. So 3 pitches and 2 outs. Brings up Sam Colgan. Blazers making quick work out of the Saints here in the bottom of the third. I want to say a huge thanks to all the sponsors on the Blazer Broadcast Network. Remember, all rental with the citywide garage sale coming up as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Gonna need tables, gonna need chairs. You got graduation coming up for parties and celebrations. Gonna need tables and chairs. Even ask her about the hot dog machine. She has a margarita machine and a popcorn maker. An old-fashioned movie theater popcorn machine. It's awesome. So make sure you give Kara a call at 856-8882. Tell her you heard about it here on the Blazer Broadcast Network, and tell her thanks for sponsoring the broadcast. And swing on a foul ball as it hits the fence. As the count goes 1-2 to Sam Colgan with nobody on and 2 out here in the bottom of the third. 1-2 pitch, knuckleball, throws her bat at it. But Pacheco's going to call it, and she's going to have it. So 3 up and 3 down for the Saints as we head to the top of the fourth. Saints 1 and the Blazers nothing.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Gardner Health Mart Pharmacy. They have a wide variety of home medical equipment spanning from sports injuries or medical conditions to needs for the aging. Stop by and see at 131 East Main across from City Hall.
Smokin' Dave's Barbecue, where the burnt ends are double smoking season. Give them a taste at 213 East Main in Gardner.
Hickman Heating and Air, a local business with over 30 years experience. Call Don Hickman at 856-7730.
Pizza Hut. Got your iPhone? Order Pizza Hut. PizzaHut.com. Blazer Broadcast Network.
Back at St. Thomas Aquinas as we head to the top of the fourth. St. Thomas leads by a score of 1-0 as they won the first game 6-5. Coming up to bat for the Blazers in the fourth, it's going to be Morgan Bowie, Shelby Plank, and Brittany Willard. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. As Bowie grounded out to third base in the first. St. Thomas playing the nice oldies.
Number 13, Morgan Bowie.
Makes me think of, remember the Titans when they start playing that. As Bowie digs in. And Timmons with the first pitch. Throwing inside for ball one. Timmons so far, through 3 innings, 32 pitches. 31 pitches for Shelby Plank, so both of them working very effectively right now. Low and inside ground ball, it's going to be foul, just barely to the left side of the third base. Count goes 1-1. Bowie digs in, gets set for the 1-1 pitch. Trying a high drop on the outside part of the plate, didn't hit. Count goes 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch outside again. Blue almost wanted to call it. Count goes 3-1. As Timmons comes across the 3-1 pitch, Bowie had that thing up in the eyes, and she'd have been able to wait just a little bit longer. She might have drilled that one over the fence. Ends up being a long strike. Count goes full to Morgan Bowie. I think her eyes lit up and she saw that one and she had a nice swing on it. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Took a little off of it, got her chasing after it. It's going to be a strikeout. It's going to be the second for Timmons on Bowie. And Shelby Plank's going to come up to bat, and she reached on an error by the shortstop, but then was thrown out, or the courtesy runner was thrown out at second. Swinging first pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. Quick throw over to first, but couldn't handle it. That's going to be an error on side. As Colgan came up with a claim to it, just a little bit low, but still enough to where Zion could have came up with it. As Allie Scott's going to be the courtesy runner again for Shelby. And up next is Brittany Willard. She swing and misses at the first pitch.
Brittany Willard.
Willard struck out swinging her first time at bat in the second. Next pitch a little bit up, ball 2-1. Down goes up 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Trying to bunt. It goes foul. Count is 1-2. Down the count 1-2 with 1 on and 1 out. Ground ball down third base line is going to be foul. 1-2 pitch from Timish. Line shot down right field line. And it's going to be just foul. Not by much. That was a close one. So Willard, the sophomore, getting her first varsity start in last game. Swinging the bat really well here in the second. Here's a 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch, up and out. Wishes she had that one back. That's the third strikeout for Timish. That's going to bring up Sammy Boyson, who grounded out to second. Her first time at bat, coming up with 1 on and 2 outs. Timish with the pitch, ground ball back to Timish. She picks it up. Nice throw to first in time. So the Blazers come up empty with no runs, an error, leaves 1 left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Blazers down 1-0.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Gardner Bank, your community bank for personal and small business banking. Gardner Bank, 840 East Main.
America's Computers for all your PC and laptop needs. John and Devoted American Computers at 1823 East Santa Fe in Gardner.
Integrity Communications. Recycling your cell phone is a great idea. Did you know Integrity also accepts flat screen monitors, laptops, MP3 players, GPS devices, and ink and toner cartridges? Integrity Communications, 408 East Main in Gardner.
Ace Dent Removal. For a free estimate to remove your hail dents and door dings, call Terry at 485-2524. That's 485-2524. These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Back at St. Thomas Aquinas, Blazers down by 1 run, 1-0 to the Saints as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Remember, our next broadcast will be Tuesday afternoon as the Blazer baseball team will be taking on the Stags of Bishop Gage. Game time, I do believe, is at 4:30, but we will be making sure we keep that updated. Check out Gardner-Edgerton for all the latest news on the Blazer Broadcast Network scheduling. As Brad will start doing a feature write-up on athletes throughout the week. Had a nice one on Trevor Martin, as he called the freshman phenom, as he has been very impressive behind the plate for the baseball team. As Paige Madison comes up, takes the ball 1, and second one's called a strike, so she counts even up at 1-1. Also, if you haven't heard, did a audio interview with all the coaches of the spring sports and get a little insight from the coaches. Has a knuckleball on the outside part of the plate's in there for strike 2, so you may want to check those out. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Plank. Low and inside for ball 2. County was up 2-2. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at either blazerbroadcast@yahoo.com or Ryan@GardnerEdge.com. Here's a line shot. It's fair down right field line. Barely gets by Leffert as Mason rolls into second with a leadoff double. That's going to bring up Lauren Timish, the pitcher, who struck out her first time at bat in this game.
For the Saints, number 16, Lauren Timish.
As Coach Calvin's coming out, and she's going to come out and talk to the ref. And you got to remember, Coach Calvin used to be an umpire. She's been umpired many years, so she knows the rules left and right. So she's going out asking about something. Evidently, she got clarification of what she was asking about. Is about to the dugout as Lauren Timish comes up to bat. Blazers down 1-0. Saints leading with a runner on, nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. game go by very quickly. First pitch outside part of the plate, ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line shot down left field line, but it's going to be fouled. Count goes 1-1. Once again, a big thanks to the Blazer Diamond Club for sponsoring the video broadcast of Blazer softball. There's that knuckle changeup, swing and a miss by Timish, down in the count 1-2. As I said, we'll have 4 more throughout the season. Not sure which ones yet, but we will let you know on Gardner-Edgerton.com and the BlazerBroadcastNetwork.com. There's a drop ball down low. Knocked foul. Count remains 1-2 to Timish. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That knuckle, and it's not just a knuckle. She takes a lot off of that one. Got Timish leaning for it. Strikes out again. That's going to be Blank's third strikeout. So Lexi Zuniga comes up to bat. And she reached on an error. And then was thrown out, or her counterpart, her courtesy runner, was thrown out at second. First pitch is a ball. Pitch on the outside part of the plate. Count goes 2-0. With 1 out and a runner at second. St. Thomas leads the Blazers by a score of 1-0 here in the second game. St. Thomas won the first one 6-5 in a back and forth battle. Pitch is up high, 3-0. Zuniga can look pitch and location right now on 3-0. Right down the middle for strike one. Next pitch is a pop fly to second base. Silva has it. As Pascuzzi comes up to bat, and she reached on the fielder's choice last at bat.
Number 2, Katie Pascuzzi.
First pitch is in there for strike one. Pascuzzi, the lefty, the 0-1 pitch. Going outside for ball one. The line shot, shortstop, and Chico picks it up, throw over to Leffert at first in time. So the leadoff double ends up being nothing.
After Morris.
As the Saints come up with a base hit and leaves one, we head to the top of the fifth. Saints leading 1-0.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Gardner Bank, your community bank for personal and small business banking. Gardner Bank, 840 East Main.
America's Computers for all your PC and laptop needs. John and the boys at American Computers at 1823 East Santa Fe in Gardner.
Integrity Communications. Recycling your cell phone is a great idea. Did you know Integrity also accepts flat screen monitors, laptops, MP3 players, GPS devices, and ink and toner cartridges? Integrity Communications, 408 East Main in Gardner.
Ace Dent Removal. For a free estimate to remove your hail dents and door dings, call Terry at 485-2524. That's 485-2524. 2524. These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
I want to say a huge thanks to Brian Cook, Good Family Chiropractic, for sponsoring the pre- and post-game portion of the Blazer Broadcast Network for the baseball and softball season. Give Dr. Cook a call at 856-0200. It's amazing what a little adjustment can do. He's hands-on, but he's also the kind of guy that gets to know his patients, and not just on a professional level, but also on a personal level. And if you want to, he'll sit down, he'll talk some sports with you. It doesn't matter what it is. Just a big teddy bear who always has a smile on his face. Let's give Dr. Brian Cook a call at 856-0200. Lead off the top of the sixth, or the fifth, is Alexis Pacheco as she takes a high pitch for ball one. Both pitchers working very effectively. 44 pitches coming in for Timish. 40, looks like 45 for Plank. Here's a ground ball back to Timish, and just barely in time. That's going to bring up Peyton Weekly, who had a dragging bunt single and was stranded at third in the third. And she sees her first pitch. Got by a little bit, thought it was outside two, but it's called strike one. That's a good pitch to lay off. It's kind of hard to do much with that kind of pitch. Weekly gets that with the 0-1 pitch. Timish goes, drag bunt to third base. Quickly picked up by Mason. Mason a quick flip over to first in time. So 2 up and 2 down. Brings up Mackenzie Steens, the leadoff hitter for the Blazers. And she is 2 for 2. Has been stranded twice. Protect that. She was thrown out at home in the first and stranded at second. Swing at first pitch, right field line, and it's going to be out of the reach of Peacock. So it's going to be in a long strike. Timish with the 0-1 pitch outside for ball one. Blazers trail by a score of 1-0 here in the top of the fifth over against St. Thomas. Pitch is low and inside. Steens gets her foot out of the way. Count goes 2-1. Here's a hit right back up the middle, taken up by Booty. Just in time to get the Speedy Skeens. So 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Blazers. As we head into the bottom of the fifth, St. Thomas 1, Blazers nothing.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Gardner Bank. Ask Leslie Cunningham about their free remote deposit for your business and find out how easy it is to sign up. Gardner Bank, 840 East Main.
Ace Dent Removal. Text DENT, D-E-N-T, to 35350 and receive 25% off your bill. Call Terry at 485-2524. Ace Dent Removal.
Pizza Hut. Why not take a pizza home after a Blazer win? Give them a call at 884-6116.
Cook Family Chiropractic. Discover how the world's greatest athletes use chiropractic care to excel on and off the field. Call Dr. Brian Cook at 856-0200 for more information.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Kind of the perfect bumper music for a day like today. Sun is out, a little bit of a breeze. Time to get the Harley out, get the convertible going. Just kind of kick back. Just kind of enjoy the day. One of the great days, first great days we've had here in the spring is current temperature 73 degrees here at St. Thomas Aquinas. As Amy Peacock will lead off the the bottom of the fifth for the Saints as they lead 1-0. First pitch is outside for ball one. There's a swing and a miss by Peacock. Count goes 1-1. Shelby Plank working on a one-run, two-hit game. Throws the next pitch in there, 1-2. Shelby's been working very effectively. There was one fielder's choice and one runner reached on an error. Other than that, there's only been 2 clean base hits. Here's a running slap hit to left field. It's going to be caught by Perry for the first out.
Number 8, Molly Zeke.
Molly Zeke coming up to bat, the first baseman. As Zeke comes up, and she struck out her first time at bat. As takes the first pitch low and inside. Here's a pop-up to Pacheco at short, and she pulls that one in quickly, 2 up, 2 down. That's going to bring up Jenna Booty.
Over the Saints, number 11.
She flew out to short center field in the third. He hates it when I do that. Rob Pacheco has joined us, and I'm sorry I took you from your perch over there in right field, but I know you were trying to get some sun because I don't know if we've had a better day than today for a while.
I've been enjoying some softball, beautiful weather.
Let's try that one. I can give you the right one this time. As that pitch was knocked foul, the count goes 1-1. As I said, I knocked you from your perch out there. I know you and Steve Plank, and I wasn't sure who else was out there, but you guys were having a whole lot of fun. As here's a ground ball to third base. Nice stretch by Leffert from Weekly, and 3 up, 3 down. As the Blazers work quickly here in the bottom of the fifth, as they still trail by a score of 1-0. We'll talk with Robert Pacheco for a little bit. We had me and Brad had talked about Kyle, who was in Virginia Beach at the Senior National Wrestling Tournament. That's pretty good competition out there.
Oh, yeah, Kyle was excited to head out there, and they only invite any of the seniors who make it a championship round in their particular state, and they gave me the offer. He was excited to head out that
How
way.
can you not take that?
Oh, exactly.
A, because of the competition and the experience, and B, it's the beach. I mean, come on. And you get to miss a week's school. I mean, come on, that's a hat trick right there.
True, and unfortunately, I say unfortunately, he probably is enjoying the beach right about now. He went 1 and 2. He let me know today.
Yeah.
But, I mean, then he told me that just about everybody he met, first match out, state champion, second match, state champion, third match. I mean, it was just, he said it was an incredible experience.
Who's who?
It was, the top wrestlers in the country.
So he loses his first match, but he did win his second one.
Yes, he did. He beat a state champion out of, I want to say, Jersey or North Carolina. I can't remember. He told me.
Nice.
And third match he lost by 5-0 to a state champion out of Colorado. So you can't
do much about that.
Oh, no. No, he held his own, so he's pretty excited.
Jacqueline Silva leads off the top of the sixth for the Blazers. His first pitch was a ball, then she swings at a high pitch for strike one. So this officially ends his wrestling career?
Officially, today's the last match for him for high school. Actually, he's not going to wrestle in college. So, yeah. And he actually wore his Blazer gear. They had him under Team Kansas. But he asked if he could wear his singlet from high school. So he was able to wear it one more time, get out on the mat. It had to feel good.
It did. And, you know, that's kind of nice.
And we had talked about how tough that is with a 64-man bracket.
Oh, God.
I mean, when you 64 are the best in the nation.
Oh, yeah. And then I was looking through the bracket, like, not one guy was just a stud from every state. There was a guy from Hawaii, a 4-time state champion. We're Alaska. I was like, Kyle, he goes, I know, Dad, I know.
I've never been to these places before.
You know, and he's been mentally preparing himself in between that and getting his Eagle project done. And he's also, you know, senior, so he's got senioritis. He's itching to get out of high school.
Right.
So, I mean, that was pretty proud of him.
Well, and headed over to Mid-America, at least he's going to stay home close, and now you move your Friday excitement to Saturday afternoons.
That's not a bad deal. I can have some fun on Fridays, and on Saturday I'll head over and watch Kyle.
Well, and it's going to be strange because I know he's not going to be able to stay away from the Gardner game, unless he has practice or something like that going on, and you know then he's forced to. But
yeah, you can see him heading out that way.
And I've made the comment a few times to a lot of people, and the swing and a miss by Ashley Perry on a 2-2 pitch.
Next to the field is number 3.
And that's the 4th strikeout for Timish with 1 on and 1 out. Morgan Bowie coming up to bat. And I had made the comment to a lot of people that, you know, and not just the fact that this class is something special for a lot of people, and each class is special to everybody for certain reasons of the different year. Wow. I'm sorry, that's a bad call on a check swing. I didn't even get to the opposing batter box, but it was a called strike. But that's my opinion. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Bowie. Quickly down 0-2. Is that this class had been so instrumental in almost everything with Gardner from their freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, and you usually don't see that, but this is just one of the most talented classes that you're going to see anywhere. And it's going to be hard because the last 3 years there's a ground ball foul down third base line, but even from their sophomore year, and you know Kyle and Starling played, and Jensen played a little bit on their freshman year on the varsity football. And you take a look at Starling was with basketball and still had some guys that came up and played and everything else. There's going to be a big void next year. It's going to take a little bit to get used to.
You would think so. I think that you're going to
Here's a base hit to left field by Morgan Bowie as she fights off an 0-2 count. So we have runners at first and second with 1 out, and Shelby Plank coming up to bat.
For the Blazers, number 33, Shelby Plank.
And Shelby comes up with a strikeout and a ground out to third. But just the fact of the names that we're used to in every sport.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a little bit strange. For a little bit, there's going to feel like there's a little bit of a void.
Well, we have 11 moving on to the next level.
Yeah.
From the football class, plus all the kids who are going getting scholarships in other sports.
Yeah.
From that class.
It's gonna be interesting, and
they set the bar high, but there's a great couple of classes behind them that are just ready to take it.
And you take a look. Here's a pop fly to center field by Shelby Plank. As this is going to be brought in by Pascuzzi. And that's going to bring up Brittany Willard with 2 on and 2 out.
Well, you know what? I have to talk a little softball here real quick. I know with football, when you talk about classes, I do want to mention that taking the softball team here.
Oh,
there is a
girls.
class. The junior class came up their freshman year and played, and they have really tried to turn the program around. That obviously we really aren't going for a great softball.
Right.
But
I'll tell you right now, these group of girls, and there's only one senior on this team with Boyden. This team's going to be ranking with next year plus St. Thomas. Here's a foul ball. And, this team with St. Thomas losing only 2 seniors, losing Timish, who's a pitcher, and Booty, who's the second baseman. This is going to be an interesting rivalry next year. This is going to be some high quality.
Still a young squad. You're going to lose actually 3 seniors on Gardner. They got Peyton Weekly, Kirsten Leffert, and and
My fault.
Sammy Boyajian. Those are our three seniors, and they have been leaders.
Here's a pop fly down the third base line, which is caught. So the Blazers come up with 2 hits and lead 2. They lead in the hit column, but it left a total of 6 on base in 6 innings. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. St. Thomas leading 1-0. You take a look at this in the difference in this school in the last 5 years, athletically.
Oh, absolutely.
Scholastically, always been very, very good.
Top-notch, absolutely top-notch for...
But now you add athletic ability, moving into the EKL.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about another middle school
You're
going in.
about that.
There's a rumor of another middle school.
Yeah.
Well, you do that, now you're going to probably end up with another high school at some point.
I would say it's on the horizon.
It's on the horizon.
It is on the horizon.
But you take a look at literally a 6A school with a small town feel. I don't know if you can get any better than that.
No, because everybody knows everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's.
And we don't want to keep bringing up bad situations, but bringing up the passing of Duck Martin's dad last week. And we talked about that yesterday when we had Duck out there, and he said their family was overwhelmed by the amount of people that came out. It wasn't just for Gardner, but it was all the Blue Valley people that came out because his dad was one of the head grounds people for the Blue Valley School District. And, they were just overwhelmed. And it's just people that you may not know coming out because they know you, even if it's just by word.
Right. Absolutely. And it's just how Gardner is. To be honest, I love this community. I'm here in 05. And I just loved it ever since.
So you came here about the same time I did. When I moved here, I moved into Olathe in December of 2000, and then I came here in 03, I think it was, my 6th year, so this has been 05. So about the same time that you guys came in, and you guys were here for Kyle's 7th grade year.
Absolutely.
So we got here at the same time, so we kind of experienced the same thing, and the community will take you in quicker than anything. And the first pitch to Brooklyn Hines was a ball. And St. Thomas leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And this game is working very quickly. Smash hit by Brooklyn Hines. Count goes 1-1. Talk about Chevy Plank and Jacqueline Timish. These two girls are doing very well. They're pitching very effectively, and actually the Blazers are out hitting the Saints right now.
Yeah,
by the count that I have was 6-2.
Nice hit.
Here's a fly ball to center fielder. Gaines with the catch. No. So 1 up and 1 out. As Sam Colgan comes up to bat. Colgan 1 for 1 with a base hit and a ground ball to short. And talk about the daughter. Lex has been playing pretty well at short. Is she liking the short better than catching?
Well,
here's a little nubber, kind of a swinging running hit on one pitch. It was popped up to Weekly. And that's for the second out. And that's going to bring up Paige Mason. First pitch down in the dirt. And these girls, and you know more about than I do, but these girls will play throughout the summer during, their own team during the summer. So these girls really know each other and know what to expect.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't all play on the same team. A couple do each other, but they see each other all the summer games in their summer team. I think that's good to build a team playing all year round. I think Coach Calvin you can see a change this year.
And Coach Morris did a great job with those last year.
Right. Seeing a difference in their attitude right now.
And it's just different philosophies.
Right.
And the way it happens. And a lot of people, still don't know about Coach Morris. She just got put into a situation. Her husband got transferred to Georgia, and it was pretty much a situation he could not pass up.
Oh, no, absolutely. And it was a great move for her.
Yeah.
She just got married, and she did such a great job helping.
It's not like she's going to go, honey, we got married, but I'm not going anywhere.
Right. I don't know how that would go.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of months into your marriage, you know.
We need to talk about
the
this.
best. We wish we could have figured out a way to keep her here, but
Yeah.
obviously we can't.
Well, if you're not gonna keep Morris, I think Coach Calvin's a perfect match for these girls. Here's a pop up to second as it was taken and caught by Silva.
I'll tell you who's really gets these Jackie Silva. She is playing phenomenal.
Say that again.
Jackie Silva.
Oh yeah.
She is the second baseman. Is absolutely just playing a great job out there. I'm impressed by all the girls. Like I said, there just seems there's a confidence, you know, that they're carrying out there today.
Well, they're the first game, you have one throwing error,
Get a couple of mental errors.
and stuff. But it goes to show that fundamental. But they're playing against the #1 ranked team in the state.
Right. They shook it off and moved on, and really almost had a rally at the end there.
Yeah.
Game close. So it's not like they're, like I said, they're the confidence. Like right now, they're down 1-0.
Down 1-0, top of the 7th.
Staying strong on defense.
And out hitting, there is just, and this is the part where you get the timely hitting.
Yes.
And
gotta come at the right time.
And I'll take Shelby Flank's knuckle curve or knuckleball. Timmy should like to outlaw that thing. She reached a couple times on that bad boy. Timmy's just sitting there going, wow, can we just, really? You didn't just throw that at me, did you? I can tell Timmy, look, I played enough fastball in my day in tournaments. I sit there and looked at it going, wow, I really didn't need that.
Fast for the DP over here. That'll be the only change. That will be.
So is Coach Calvin's coming over with her changes?
We got it. Yep, got it.
And coming up to bat for the Blazers is Kirsten Leffert. She's going to pinch hit for Boyjan. And then it's going to be Alexis Petico and Peyton Weekly. The 7, 8, 9 hitters here in the top of the 7th. Blazers need to get a run in to keep the game going.
Well, Kirsten is our leading home run last year.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was kind of surprised that she was being pinch hit for in this game, but Coach Calvin is still trying to understand her girls in situations, and
I honestly think she's just spreading it.
Spreading around, getting to find out, and
her pitch is rusty.
Yeah, and like Coach Van Reen says, it's what you do in the postseason.
Absolutely.
This is the workout.
Right.
This is our, granted, we're going to be judged by this, and we're going to be seated by this, but it's what you do in the postseason that's going to make a difference. So Zuniga and Timish finished their talk as we head to the top of the 7th. Blazers down 1-0. As Kirsten Leffert's going to come in and pinch hit. And that's going to take away Boyjan's. Or no, that wouldn't take away Boyjan's because she can still re-enter as a hitter. But when you got a good bat, you bring it out.
Absolutely. Let's see what Coach Calvin thinks.
First pitch from Timmons. First cue to Timish. Low inside for ball 1. The girls' next game will be Tuesday.
I believe so, yes.
And I can't remember. I should have the schedule with me, but I don't. But I knew that our next broadcast will be Tuesday at Bishop Mays with the baseball game. Oh, and real quick, nice job by the Blazer Diamond Club for the video broadcast.
Oh, absolutely. Really trying to push that. We're actually doing more this year than we last year was our start.
Oh, here's a number off the end of the bat by Leffert. A quick toss over to Booty at first from Sight for the first out. That's going to bring up Alexis Pacheco. But we're going to have 4 more. We're not sure which ones yet, but we'll let people know on Gardner Edge. But it's something that with the way this team's going to be, it's going to be a great deal.
It is. It is something that we really want to start promoting. We're testing it out this year. I don't know if you can see by the numbers with our C team and JV just how many girls we have out now in the big group. And it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
here's a running hit. Ground ball to shortstop. Quick flip over to first. Not in time as Alexis reaches on base with an infield single. Peyton Wakely will come up with 1 on and 1 out, down by 1. And Peyton, I think, is the key here. Number 9 hitter, and as talented as she is, get back up with Skeens and Silva coming up after that. This could be a big rally for the Blazers. Here's a pop butt. And the catcher, Zuniga, is going to bring that one in.
you can see Peyton shaking her head. She knew she got a little bit under that.
Yeah. Well, that situation, that's when that rise ball comes in because they know they're going to be going after it, and it's hard to keep that pitch down. So Mackenzie Skeens coming up to bat with 1 on, 2 out. The top of the 7th, Blazers down by 1. Swinging first pitch. Booty has it to second, bobbles it. Throw over to first, not in time. Blazers still alive. So an error on Booty. That's going to bring up Jacqueline Silva. So 2 on and 2 out. Saints lead 1-0 here in the top of the 7th. As Silva calls for time, gets set back in the batter's box.
Yeah, Jackson's actually playing really good today. Let's see.
Foul tip on the first pitch for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. Pitch is up high. Runner's going to advance to second and third. So the go-ahead run is at second. So 2 on, 2 out, 2 in scoring position for Jacqueline Silva. Reach on the fielder's choice, a sac fly and a base hit at right field line. She's going to hit the ball. It's going to go over to left field, but it's going to be brought in by Hines. And that's going to be the end of the game as the Blazers give it another charge at the end of the game. And lose game 2 by a score of 1-0 as they drop a pair. But if you're going to drop a pair and lose by 1 run each game, that's going to say a lot for the Blazers.
Yeah, I think it's what happens at the end of the season right now. You can see that they're growing and they're understanding what they got to do.
So that's going to do it for our broadcast. A big thanks to everyone at KCTeams.com, Rob, with the Blazer Diamond Club for bringing the video broadcast. Thanks to everyone here at St. Thomas to make us feel welcome. And our next broadcast will be Tuesday at Bishop Yates with the boys basketball game, or the basketball. That's over with, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can't go back to that.
Can't go back.
All right, with the boys baseball game at Bishop Yates, our pregame will start at 4:30 or 4:15. First pitch at 4:30. So, Rob, thanks for joining us, and tell Kyle big congratulations on the efforts in Virginia Beach, and tell me to get a few more raises before he heads back home.
I will, absolutely.
Rob Pacheco joining us, and for Brad Barnes, Ryan Ragland saying thanks for joining us as the Blazers drop a pair to St. Thomas, losing game 1 6-5 and losing game 2 by a score of 1-0. Thanks for joining us. And our next broadcast will be Tuesday at 4:30 as the boys baseball team will take on Bishop Yates. Good night, everybody.
Your current balance is $8.11. Your next payment is due before 1 days.